Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, December 14th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 552 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Donald Trump, Mike Pence, Congress, Supreme Court will be offered COVID-19 vaccine in coming days, officials say. Bill Gates said the transition between presidential administrations is complicating the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines, but we'll get through this in a positive way. Japan Tankan Business Survey shows optimism over recovery. Prince Andrew misled BBC when he said he didn't stay at Epstein's home in 2001, report. Two Ohio girls who ran away from home together were located states apart, but only one of them was found safe and alive. Loeffler campaign, she had no idea she posed with neo-Nazi. A man was physically assaulted while supporting Democratic candidates at rally in Georgia, police say. Electoral College will pick the president on Monday, here's what you should know. Alan Dershowitz says Texas lawsuit tossed by Supreme Court to tell Trump's allies that they can count on the judiciary to invalidate election results. Former Cuomo staffer says the New York governor sexually harassed her for years. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Trump rejects plan for early vaccination at White House, Politico. No denying the spark Jalen Hurts gave Eagles offense and win over Saints, NBC Sports. Austin-based solar winds at center of massive U.S. government hack, Kazan.com. Eddie Van Halen's cause of death revealed, ultimate classic rock. Vandals target historic black churches during pro-Trump rallies in D.C., Axios. Wacky turnover by Buffalo Bills Dawson Knox results in Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown drive, ESPN. Northwestern distances itself from former lecturer after controversial opposite the editorial page urging Joe Biden to drop DR, title, CNN. Master spy writer John Lee Carr dies at 89, The Wall Street Journal. First 5 coronavirus vaccinations set for Monday at hospital in the district, The Washington Post. UPS executive, vaccine shipments will reach distribution centers Monday morning, NPR. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Personal finance guru Dave Ramsey just threw a huge indoor Christmas party. Cleveland will no longer call baseball team the Indians, reports. John Lee Carr, master author of Spycraft and Cold War Intrigue, dead at 89. Police fatally shoot men who open fire at historic Manhattan Cathedral. Sia says pathological liar Sheila LaBeouf conned her into adulterous relationship. Florida basketball player in critical but stable condition after collapse. Police investigate burning of D.C. churches Black Lives Matter signs as hate crimes. CDC head approves coronavirus vaccine administration as first shipments go out. Suspected Russian hackers reportedly spied on U.S. Treasury emails. Timothée Chalamet and Pete Davidson get slapped on SNL as overly confident white rappers. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. College staggers families, host students for grad. Stabbings, officers injured at protest. Daughter of firefighter surprised at graduation. Operation Santa bringing gifts to families. Man accused of shooting girlfriend at party. Tribe helps members survive pandemic. Jerry Grings was backbone of his family farm 2020 was final harvest. Carpet cleaner shot multiple times at App Artman. Nearly 300 Santa's fish for base on Lake Norman. Customer leaves waitress $5,000 tip on $205 bill. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Storm may bring over 6 inches of snow from Virginia to New England. Trump delays plan to hasten vaccines for White House. Trump administration plans a rushed effort to encourage Americans to be vaccinated. Police fatally shoot men who open fire outside Manhattan Cathedral. 2 who escaped in Tennessee are caught 2 days later in Florida. Cleveland's baseball team will drop its Indians team name. Hospitals prepare for first shots as virus vaccine shipments blanket U.S. John Lee Carr, best-selling author of Cold War thrillers, dies at 89. Man is arrested in stabbing at D.C. election protest. Wall Street Journal opinion editor defends item on Dr. Jill Biden. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Explosive Durant scores 15 in first preseason game with Nets. This day in history, December 14th. Bills improved to 10-3 with 26-15 win over sloppy Steelers. Explosion reported on oil tanker off Saudi Arabia believed caused by external source. NFL Week 14 recap, scores and standings. Biden considers Samantha Power for USAID, report. Stanford's Fran Bulloby throws down one-handed slam versus Cal. Trump weighs in on report Cleveland Indians to change nickname, cancel culture at work. Navy IDs sailor who fell overboard from ship, calls off search. Number 23 Arizona State holds off Grand Canyon 71-70. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, December 14th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Police shoot dead gunmen who opened fire outside New York City's Cathedral of St. John the Divine. Meghan Markle praises the quiet heroes feeding the hungry amid pandemic. Alex Popham and his wife reveal the devastating toll of a shock dementia diagnosis at just 41. Mother, 38, and daughter are lucky to be alive after World War II grenade exploded in their kitchen sink. Alexander von Schoenberg, why my fellow Germans do want a Brexit deal. The only Brexit deadline that matters is December 31st. Kate Burley's pals are hunting the Sky staff who tipped off photographers. Proof Prince Andrew misled Emily Maitlis, Duke did stay at Jeffrey Epstein's New York mansion. Inside the New York of yesteryear, pictures give rare glimpse into the homes of 1970s Brooklyn. One of Britain's most festive houses switches off its extravagant charity fundraising display. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Trump's parting gift to Morocco. Swift backlash for Brazil students targeting misinformation. Virus casts shadow over AP's pictures of the year in Asia. First COVID-19 vaccine shipments arrive in Canada. Boris Johnson dials up warnings of a no-deal Brexit as Britain and EU agreed to continue talks. Turkey says Iranian intelligence was behind elaborate plot to kidnap opponent in Istanbul. Georgian women ruled chess in the Soviet era. A new generation chases the same Queen's Gambit glory. John Lee Carr, who lifted the spy novel to literature, dies at 89. COVID-19 runs unchecked in Pakistan's overcrowded prisons. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus hive news. Trump says he is not scheduled to take vaccine as U.S. nears 300,000 deaths. 10 years on, the Arab Spring's explosive rage and dashed dreams. COVID vaccines roll out of Pfizer plant in U.S. but Trump says he is not taking it yet. Cleveland's baseball team to reportedly drop Indians from name. John Lee Carr obituary. New York gunman shot dead after opening fire outside Cathedral Christmas concert. Wall Street Journal denounced after sexist article calls Joe Biden kiddo. Eddie Hearn expects Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury to be confirmed in days. John Lee Carr, author of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, dies aged 89. Johnson and EU vow to go extra mile to thrash out Brexit deal. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. External source causes oil tanker blast off Saudi Arabia. First COVID-19 vaccine shipments arrive in Canada. Police kill gunmen who opened fire while carolers sang outside cathedral. John Lee Carr, who probed murky world of spies, dies at 89. Los Angeles suspect arrested in Mexico on 2017 murder charge. Trump raises China concerns as reason to veto defense bill. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. COVID-19, White House officials to receive some of first Pfizer vaccines. New Zealand sex worker wins six-figure sum in sexual harassment case. New Zealand and Australia agree on quarantine-free travel bubble. Indonesia courts SpaceX's new rocket launch site. Australia storms, wild weather lashes vast stretch of east coast. Ambrose Dlamini, Eswatinese PM dies after testing positive for COVID-19. Kenya's black market baby trade, a mother's choice. Kashmir polls, fear and mistrust stalk elections in the valley. U.S. election, can you explain the Electoral College in 10 seconds? Canada 60s scoop, Indigenous survivors map out their stories. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Police fatally shoot gunman at NYC Christmas concert. Explainer, how the Electoral College works. Today in history for December 14th. The Geminic meteor shower, famous for producing fireballs, peaks this weekend. Never mind the political messenger, when it comes to COVID-19 guidance, trust the message, experts say. COVID-19 gave this Ohio family a sucker punch. Powerful family emails show how tragedy unfolded. Coronavirus updates. CDC gives final OK to Pfizer vaccine ahead of first doses, likely on Monday. U.S. death toll nears 300K. AP top stories December 13th p. SpaceX launches next-gen satellite for Sirius XM. A story of darkness and light, as U.S. nears 300,000 COVID-19 deaths, vaccines bring hope for better days. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Los Angeles, Orange, and San Francisco County shatter COVID-19 wreck, Orange's intensive care unit space shrinks. COVID-19 vaccine clears key hurdle in California and much of the West. Riverside County fire grows to 1,933 acres but evacuation warning is lifted. This year was not supposed to be anything like 2019, and COVID made sure of it. Founded in 1888, this Asian antiques shop hopes to put 2020 in the past. With LA courts paralyzed by COVID-19, public defenders say caseloads are unconscionable. California needs a new top cop. Here's what Governor Gavin Newsom will consider. I've seen people die. COVID-19 slams Central Valley hospitals, as many resist lockdowns. Column, the most controversial thing about Governor Pete Wilson's statue is its dull irrelevance. She was his best friend, and she led him to his death. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, December 14th, 2020. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. UK drops abstinence period on gay men donating blood. Gay and bisexual men had long faced restrictions when donating blood due to HIV fears. The new rules will allow men in long-term relationships to donate without a celibacy period. New Zealand agrees on travel bubble with Australia early next year. Venus was once more Earth-like, but climate change made it uninhabitable. Canada's PM Trudeau announces the first batch of coronavirus vaccine has arrived. Huawei reportedly worked with 4 additional companies to build surveillance tools that track people by ethnicity, following recent revelations that have tested a Uyghur alarm. Blood donor rules to be relaxed for gay and bisexual men in England. Russia hacked U.S. Treasury debt, report. Mystery as hundreds of precious jewels wash up on beach in poor Venezuelan fishing village sparking frenzied treasure hunt. Russia tried to assassinate opposition leader Alexander Navalny with Novichok nerve agent the second time after he survived Siberia attack. Bolsonaro branded homicidally negligent over Brazil's vaccine planning. Britons told not to stockpile food ahead of January. Hundreds of high school students kidnapped in Nigeria, gang in firefight with military. A parent and school employee say that roughly half of the school's 800 students were missing. U.S. Treasury breached by hackers backed by foreign government sources. The war on cocoa. Hershey Company accused of not upholding sustainability efforts in West Africa. Critics charge Hershey has become more secretive about how it obtains its cocoa beans. Canada-U.S. border closure extended to January 21st as coronavirus cases soar. The next headlines are from Forbes. How is money heist changing America? Gonzalo Delfo and Nancy Tellett explain. War on TikTok gets hotter as Reddit scoops up Dubsmash, a competing video social network. BTS, Twice, GOT7 and NHIPN, notable moves on this week's World Songs chart. After 552 days, Kevin Durant debuts for Nets in first game since Achilles injury. I feel like a player again. It was a good first step. The Wall Street Journal has a serious problem. MLB's Cleveland team to officially drop name Indians. New York Giants, no regrets in playing Daniel Jones. Cleveland Indians dropping team nickname, could shift by 2022 season, report. 25 years since the Bosman ruling and 5 of the best signings. Green Bay Packers are now the NFC's number 1 seed. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,672,636,541 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. China box office, Beth Buddy makes splash with $28 million opening, despite plagiarism charge. Award ceremony concludes inaugural Singapore Super Gamer Fest. Amazon Prime Video launches on Sky and Biku for Comcast's pay TV provider. John Lee Carr remembered as superb writer with style and substance. Nomadland named Best Picture at Boston Society of Film Critics Awards, Paul Rassi and Ya Young-Yan among winners. John Lee Carr, master spy novelist embraced by Hollywood, dies at 89. Why Charlie Pride was a pioneer for country music as well as black musicians. Disgusting display of misogyny, WSJ faces backlash for Dr. Jill Biden op-ed. Small Axe, Steve McQueen's landmark anthology, ranked. Tyler Perry donates $100,000 to legal defense fund of Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. UPS executive, vaccine shipments will reach distribution centers Monday morning. Chinese lunar probe is on its way back to Earth, carrying moon rocks. Op-ed urging Jill Biden to drop the DR, sparks outrage online. Spy novelist John Le Carre dies at 89. Carol Sutton, New Orleans star known for role in Steel Magnolias, dies at 76. UK and EU will keep negotiating as Brexit deadline looms. As year-end looms, lawmakers still seek deal on more coronavirus aid. A private jet, a flight across state and a race for COVID-19 tests to make graduation. Coronavirus world map, tracking the spread of the outbreak. Coronavirus is surging, how severe is your state's outbreak? The following headlines are from The Week. National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien, wife are reportedly making Europe event a holiday vacation. Authorities investigating incidents at D.C. historic black churches as possible hate crimes. Report, Cleveland Indians to change team name. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo denies former aide's claim that he sexually harassed her. White House staffers to receive early access to coronavirus vaccine. Russian hackers reportedly breached U.S. government agencies. John Le Carre, mold-breaking spy novelist, dies at 89. How conservatives think Biden could lessen evangelicals' opposition to him. Former FDA suggests costly delay getting vaccines to nursing homes was probably avoidable. NIH director pleads with Americans to hit reset button on vaccine skepticism. The next headlines are from Universe Today. If we use the sun as a gravitational lens telescope, this is what a planet at Proxima Centauri would look like. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, December 14th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Geminic meteors best on December 13th to 14th. Geminic meteor shower 2020 peaks Sunday night. The next news is from Politico. Negotiators going extra mile on Brexit. Germany tightens coronavirus restrictions as cases reach record high. European countries withdraw from Iran business forum over journalist's execution. Trump rejects plan for early vaccination at White House. Sprawling hack of federal agencies spurs alarm in White House. Vandals hit black churches in D.C. during pro-Trump rallies. Appointee who led Trump's tech crackdown tapped for top Department of Justice role. Bill Cassidy warns GOP can stand if we are divided. FDA's on COVID-19 vaccine authorization based in science and data. Bipartisan group to offer two-part coronavirus relief package. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. How the feek did they do that? Mornington trainer shock Randwick again. King tide swallows beaches, flooding and fallen trees knock out power. Trump says he's scrapping plan for early vaccinations at White House. Government rejects criticism of underpayment overhaul. Eswatini Prime Minister, who tested positive for COVID-19, dies. New Zealand travel bubble with Australia coming in early 2021, NZPM confirms. Women recall exchanges with stranger in hours before Mary Creek attack. YDA League's new boys could win it all in their first season. Deserving Cleary edges out DCE and Kangaroos Merrick team. Stark ready to pick up where he left off, says Lion. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Apple TV Plus killed a show about Gawker after Tim Cook disapproved, report. The Wall Street Journal, Huntington Bank shares, TCF Financial agreed to merger. The Wall Street Journal, Vista Equity to buy educational software maker Pluralsight for $3.5 billion. The Wall Street Journal, Reddit buys video sharing app Dubsmash. Cleveland Indians to change team name, report. Market Extra, British pound sees Apophis UK and EU set to go the extra mile on Brexit deal. Market Snapshot, stock market uncertainty runs high headed into Fed's final meeting of 2020. In one chart, Tesla bear puzzles over the quadruple WTF chart of the year. Tesla to pause Model S, Model X production for 18 days, report. Newswatch, this chart might have you rethinking your approach to the stock market. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Legal framework around blockchain technology applications. Justice Pratibha Singh, Live Law, Indian Legal News. Allegheny County native named Fellow of National Academy of Inventors, Olean Times Herald. Ideas usually come to me. Gardens man loves side career as an inventor, Palm Beach Post. Book review, legal protection for traditional knowledge, towards a new law for indigenous intellectual property by Anindya Bhutta, use app American Politics and Policy, blog. The stories we tell about inventors, and their white male protagonists, The Wire Science. The next headlines are from Quartz. A timeline charting the new rise of employee activism. Can Europe effectively legislate the right to work-life balance? Digital tools are helping employees mobilize the workforce. 6 employee activists on the practices of effective organizing. How corporate leaders can respond to employee activism. How a new generation of workers has revitalized employee activism. Electric airplanes are getting tantalizingly close to a commercial breakthrough. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Funniest, most insightful comments of the week at Tech Dirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Cleveland Indians. Jason Tatum. Sasha Obama. Nets. John Lee Gare. Steelers vs. Bills. Jets vs. Seahawks. Packers vs. Lions. Barcelona vs. Levante. Saints vs. Eagles. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Trump says he is not scheduled to take COVID-19 vaccine yet and White House staff will be vaccinated somewhat later. U.S. Treasury and Commerce Departments hacked, internal emails reportedly monitored for months, in breach pinned on usual suspects. British spy turned novelist John Le Carre, author of Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, dies aged 89. Venezuela's Guaido-led opposition holds alternative vote and then burns ballots after boycotting legislative elections. Kremlin dismisses conspiracy theories about Putin hiding from COVID-19 in Sochi bunker, says president working in Moscow. Republican congressman renews call to pardon Snowden, says Trump is listening to people pushing for it. Bill Gates says bars and restaurants should sadly be closed for 4-6 months, no return to normal until 2022. Gunman opens fire outside St. John the Divine Church in Manhattan after Christmas choir performance. Report reveals Democratic National Committee's intervention to blame for chaos at 2020 Iowa caucuses. CDC director approves Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine to be given to U.S. citizens. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. China's global power tops the U.S., new measures say no. Michael Jordan's new golf course uses drone to deliver beer to golfers. Why Michael Morrell cannot be Central Intelligence Agency director. Aussie media claims massive leak of CCP members lifts the lid on global surveillance state. A final middle finger from Trump, Dems furious about White House COVID vaccine access, live updates. Reformed criminal hired to curb violence in D.C. charged with murder. China tells cabin crews to wear diapers and avoid using bathrooms on risky COVID flights. The renminbi will gain wider use globally, Gavical CEO says. Cathie Wood's ARKK ETF passes JP Morgan for largest active ETF. After Trump, the flood. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Exclusive Pompeo, Trump confronting radical Islamic terrorism made America and the world safer. Schweitzer, national tragedy how media acted as gatekeepers of Hunter Biden's story. Georgia Democrat John Ossoff's CCP-linked payment oversight explanation evolves after ethics complaint. Defund the police activists complain cops aren't protecting them enough. Exclusive, Moms for America gives SD Governor Kristi Noem's Mother of Influence Award. Report, Oman, Indonesia next in line for peace with Israel. Purdue, who would believe that you could spend $500 million in 2 Senate seats in one state? Progressives pour millions into electing Democrats John Ossoff, Raphael Warnock. Man shot near NYC Cathedral after allegedly firing on officers. Federal rule would clamp down on financial blacklisting. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. This is how close we are to eliminating malaria. 7.6 million deaths averted in 20 years, thanks to generous nations. Toronto's oldest tree will no longer be cut down thanks to last-minute decision by City Council. Walking through the doorway of change, how to thrive through uncertainty. Family finds 15th century gold coins while pulling weeds in the garden. 6,000 have dug up treasures during lockdown. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, December 14th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Peter Lavick, lawyer loses fight to keep offensive number plate on Lamborghini. Coronavirus updates live, Santa Claus infects dozens at aged care home. Murrieta cop delivers pizza after arresting delivery driver. Ukraine seeks World Heritage status for Chernobyl zone. Woman returns $3,000 engagement ring because it's too cheap. Snow leopard tests positive for COVID-19. She stalked her daughter's killers across Mexico, one by one, armed with a handgun, a fake ID card and disguises. Miriam Rodriguez was a one-woman detective squad, defying a system where criminal impunity often prevails. South Africa's Chief Justice unrepentant for linking COVID vaccines to Satanism. Florida woman hid man's body in trash can to collect benefits, deputies say. Tennessee officials warning public to be aware of alligators on highway. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Solve complex business problems with this $46 Agile and Scrum training bundle. How to spot shooting stars from the Gemini meteor shower this week. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, December 14th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. State colleges, Boise State beats Weber State 70-59. COVID-19 vaccine shipments begin in historic U.S. effort. Coronavirus in Utah, state's deadliest weekends with 2,083 new cases, 17 more deaths reported. Why Salt Lake City plans to launch a year-round market at the State Fair Park. Law enforcement in Farmington kill armed man who crashed his car into a police vehicle. John Lee Kerr, who probed murky world of spies, dies at 89. Quinn Snyder trying to find ways to juice Jess's offense even more this year. Homeless camps have been cleared out in Salt Lake City. Unhoused people say they don't know where they will stay now. Letter, Trump enables extremists. Utah State football's Frank Mail calls for probe of USU president's alleged comments about his faith, culture. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. U.S. schools are buying phone hacking tech that the FBI uses to investigate terrorists. Are hydrogen fuel cell vehicles the future of autos? Creator of DirectX dies at age 55. Hundreds riot, thousands protest at iPhone factory in India. Do games made under crunch conditions deserve Best Direction awards? U.S. Treasury Department breached by hackers backed by foreign government. Will remote work kill innovation? Ask Silicon Valley experts. Nathan Myhrvold's dazzling high-resolution photographs of snowflakes. AstraZeneca tries combining its COVID-19 vaccine with Russia's Sputnik V vaccine. A history of the American energy system in one chart. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. You paid for it. Some Lincoln County parents struggling with kids' virtual education. Agency helping area families of fallen first responders reports growing need. Local veterans receive free Christmas trees for the holidays. Gunman shot by police at NYC Cathedral Christmas concert. Some in White House getting early access to COVID-19 vaccine. Eureka shooting suspects arrested after 45-minute chase. Missouri COVID update, stayed on pace to report more than 108,000 cases and 1,600 deaths in December. Illinois fires coach Lovie Smith after 5 seasons. 50 years ago, Constitution updated Illinois, can it do more? Community mourns loss of fallen Moline Acres police sergeant. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Man arrested in teen shooting outside dispensary. Navy identifies sailor missing from San Diego-based carrier. U.S. agencies hacked in months-long global cyberspace campaign. County reports 2,416 new COVID-19 cases, 11 deaths. Man crashes into pole after suffering traumatic injury. Fire damages East County home. 2 San Diego sites prepare for COVID-19 vaccine distribution. Plane goes off runway at Montgomery Field. Woman rescued from burning South Bay motel room after stabbing. Nearly 2,000-acre brush fire south of Beaumont triggers smoke advisory for SoCal. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Former Mossad chief makes case to work with intelligence sharing partnership. The 20 best spy movies of all the time. Q&A with Stuart Copeland, drumming with the police, setting Sting free and investigating his dad's time in the Central Intelligence Agency. 25 years ago, big jobs boost at the Dog's spy camera scheme will go ahead despite U-turn. 2022 BMW X4M returns in new spy shots, hides most of its revisions quite well. Car scoops. Spy, can Shortland Street survive 2020's final twist? NZ Herald. A Chinese espionage wake-up call. A feeling of constant menace, online stalking climbs 30% in year of COVID, the Sunday Post. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Ukrainian army receives 40 Kozak II light armored vehicles. Saudi Arabia receives final F-15C advanced fighter aircraft. South Korean light armed helicopter cleared for active combat. U.S. Army to begin testing light tank prototypes. U.S. Army paratroopers conducts airborne training in extremely cold, austere environment. Saab secures $248 million contract for integrated ground-based air defense solution for Sweden. European Space Agency awards contract for new reusable spaceplane. Russia releases video of Belova ballistic missiles test. U.S. Air Force uses Russian-made air defense systems as simulated foreign targets. This is the No Views Daily Automated Podcast News. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, December 14th, 2020. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Exclusive, Steve Kerr talks Warriors, what Bay Area means to him. Report, Cleveland Indians changing name after 105 years. White House, other top officials to get early vaccine access. San Francisco's iconic Cliff House restaurant closing permanently. Gunman opens fire at NYC Cathedral Christmas concert. E40, $2 Hort to face off in Legends of the Bay battle. Hilton, Taylor lead Colts 44-27 rout of fading Raiders. COVID crisis, more than 4,000 people hospitalized in LA County. U.S. investigating computer hacks of government agencies. 49ers coach tests positive for COVID-19. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Messi helps Barcelona end losing skid with 1-0 win v Levante. Asia shares up with strong Japan data offsets Wall Street losses. UN report warns need to change habits is much bigger than countries have pledged. COVID vaccines roll out in historic campaign. Russian hackers breach top U.S. agencies. Not in this alone, Hanukkah celebration brings community together. Bill Braithwaite, staunch advocate for Barrington communities, dies at 92. Investigators face challenge determining cause of deadly Ingleside fire. Rosner, Bears big win over Houston could lead to a nightmare scenario. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Moldova, Romania, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Canada, Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Australia. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Israel, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 529.88 km, in south of Fiji Islands December 14, 2020, 1:57 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone 620, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. You are hearing the No Views Daily Automated Podcast News. Today is Monday, December 14th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Cleveland Indians to change team name, sources confirm to ESPN. Teen brothers were randomly murdered in Fort Bend company shooting, family says. Time to get started, Houston healthcare workers gear up for vaccine. COVID vaccine update, Rep. Sheila Jackson Lee, Houston Mayor Turner describe next steps. Memorial Hermann Hospital set to receive COVID-19 vaccine this upcoming week. 9 months on the pandemic's front line have crushed Texas healthcare workers' spirits and killed their colleagues. U.S. government agencies, including Treasury, hacked, Russia possible culprit. Breezy winds and cold temperatures move in. Hanukkah, Houston menorah lighting at City Hall celebrates 25th year. List of Texas hospitals getting COVID-19 vaccine on Monday and Tuesday. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Number 1 Stanford moves Vanderveer 1 victory from wins record. Malaysia makes its largest ever crystal meth seizure. Protesting Indian farmers call for second strike in a week. Asia Today, South Korea to open more virus testing sites. Matt Ryan throws costly picks in Falcons loss to Chargers. Raiders fire defensive coordinator Paul Gunter. Explosion reportedly strikes ship off Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Prada, the loneliest Prada store becomes Insta-worthy spot. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, UFO reports are soaring in NYC. Anti-ICE protesters clash with police outside New Jersey jail where immigrants are held. Updates, police fatally shoot alleged gunman outside Church of St. John the Divine. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Everything we know so far about the COVID-19 vaccine rollout in NY and NJ. Coronavirus updates, New Jersey's first coronavirus vaccine to be administered Tuesday. Here's the NY Times copy of the Pentagon Papers. Major snowstorm possible in NYC this week. The best meteor shower of the year peaks tonight. The next headlines are from Observer.com. Hubble Space Telescope discovers clues to Planet 9 from a distant exoplanet. Books that made 2020 bearable, a reading list for an unusual year. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake 4 mag, 150 kilometers east by southeast of Gorontalo, Indonesia. Moderate earthquake 5 mag, 125 kilometers WNW of Puange, Tonga. Minor earthquake 3.93 mag, 7 kilometers N of La Romana, Dominican Republic. Light earthquake 4.7 mag strikes near South Shetland Islands. Light earthquake M4.1 quake has struck near Kermadec Islands region. Light earthquake M4.2 quake has struck near South Shetland Islands. Light earthquake 4.6 mag strikes near Ust-Kamchatsk Stary in Russia. Minor earthquake 3.3 mag has occurred near Sandpoint in Alaska. Minor earthquake 3.3 mag has occurred near Guaymat in Dominican Republic. Light earthquake 4.8 mag strikes near Santiago del Estero in Argentina. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Ron Paul, this worries me much more than COVID. New documents show how the British government secretly created regime change protests in Lebanon. Bill Gates says presidential transition is complicating U.S. efforts to distribute vaccine. Hunter Biden subpoenaed over Burisma, 24 other entities as part of 4 investigations. Jack Dorsey, the Central Intelligence Agency and Twitter censorship in the age of COVID-19. NHS commercial terrifies children by showing Santa dying of COVID. The disturbing link between police body cams, public surveillance and fusion centers. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did Taco Bell just announce major and unreal COVID changes? Did Trump designate Christmas Eve 2020 a federal holiday? Vandals hit black churches during weekend pro-Trump rallies. Is Disney making Sister Act 3 feet? Does this photo show a crowded MAGA demonstration? 4 stabbed, 1 shot at Trump rally skirmishes. More U.S. churches are committing to racism-linked reparations. Is Joe Biden a doctor? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. John Lee Carr, who gave spy fiction back to the spies, is dead at 89. Trump's stages of election loss: grief, denial, lies, rage and fascism. British spy novelist John Lee Carr dead at 89. Why paying people to get the COVID vaccine won't work. Jake Tapper praises Trump for exposing the Republicans who hate the democracy. These are the best face masks to keep you warm this winter. Chris Wallace grills Steve Scalise on disenfranchising millions of Biden voters. Fox News host meltdown over Trump's election loss: we've all been robbed. Prince Andrew's dubious pizza alibi comes back to haunt him. The next headlines are from the New York Post. The chaotic college football playoff scenario still in play. Jets report card, very bad. Trump wants to nix plan for White House staffers to get vaccine first. Tim Cook killed an Apple TV show about Gawker, report. Shocking video captures moment NYPD cops shoot gunman outside NYC church. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. SpaceX launches Sirius XM satellite aboard Falcon 9 rocket. SpaceX launches satellite for Sirius XM. Mass coronavirus vaccine distribution plan underway. Biggest snowstorm in years set to target Northeast. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Please don't eat that raw beef. Wisconsin health authorities issue annual holiday plea against cannibal sandwiches. Georgia mother faces murder charge after stabbing 2 kids to death, turning knife on herself. Contagious disease outbreak targeting state's rabbits, Utah health officials warn. Congress could pass next COVID relief package in 2 parts, report. Spy-turned-novelist John Lee Carr dies at age 89. Putin critic Alexei Navalny survives second assassination attempt, report. UK residents urged not to hoard food, toilet paper amid Brexit trade talks. Desperately clinging to false claims of election victory, Trump won't commit to attending Biden inauguration. Biden will be removed one way or another, Alex Jones tells pro-Trump rally. Several stabbed, 23 arrested in post-election violence in Washington, D.C. The following headlines are from military.com. Scores of Taliban militants killed as fighting rocks insurgent bastion. Army blanks archival Navy, 15-0. Navy ends search for sailor who fell overboard from ship. Russian nuclear submarine test fires 4 missiles. More lawmakers, veterans groups call for VA Secretary Robert Wilkie to resign. Here's why the National Guard is over 100 years older than the other military services. Before he was a test pilot, Chuck Yeager was a World War II legend. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 7,216 new confirmed and probable COVID-19 cases, 115 additional deaths reported, trucks carrying vaccine start rolling nationwide. Bail denied for Evanston man charged in killing a 15-year-old, allegedly during weed deal on Northwest Side. Opponents of Michael Madigan's re-election as Illinois House Speaker hard in opposition. COVID-19 in Illinois by the numbers, here's a daily update on cases, positivity rate and hospital data in your area. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code, search for your neighborhood. Daily Illinois coronavirus graphs, 115 new deaths, 7,216 new confirmed and probable cases and 63,648 new test results. There's a lot of history here. 3-generation effort at Mount Greenwood Cemetery marks veterans' graves going back to Civil War. COVID-19 vaccine will start arriving in states Monday, officials say, as U.S. passes 16 million total confirmed cases. What's it like to take part in a COVID-19 vaccine trial? 3 Chicago area participants share their experiences. 4 killed when car crashes into Cicero building. Authorities identify 3 victims, all from Chicago. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Lost connection hampers Virgin Galactic's test flight. Update. Chinese capsule with moon rocks begins return to Earth. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, December 14th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The curve appears to be flattening on CO2 emissions. What does that mean? Physicists detect the spooky popcorn of the universe. Page-turning science books, the first female physicians, breaking drug taboos, and a look inside crime labs. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Woman critically injured in South Seattle fire. UW women sizzle nets in victory over Portland. WAHB, Georgetown host block party in OT win over St. John's. A day before his birthday, Seahawks DK Metcalf grabs a touchdown and a penalty for hijacking a TV camera. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Report, SF's iconic Cliff House restaurant to close permanently. Oakland Diocese settles sex misconduct suit for $3.5 million. What the Raiders are saying after losing big to the Colts. Raiders fire Paul Gunther after 44-27 loss to Indianapolis. What the 49ers are saying after losing to Washington. The latest, COVID-19 vaccine begins arriving in Canada. Washington 23, 49ers 15, Nick Mullins turnovers returned for touchdowns, Samuel, Warner leave injured. COVID-19 vaccines on their way as Bay Area health officials get ready. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Man fatally shot at a Phoenix business ID'd, shooter sought. Shipping firm says explosion on tanker at Saudi Arabia's Jeddah port caused by ship being hit from. Trump nixes directive to vaccinate White House officials early. Georgia runoffs high stakes spark big push for voter turnout. Injured Stafford isn't available for comeback as Lions lose. Police kill man with knife in Sacramento grocery store. Cleveland baseball team dropping Indians from name after 105 years, the New York Times reports. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Indigenous groups push insurers to abandon fossil fuel projects. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, December 14th, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Everything you want to know about sunscreen. Molecule holds promise to reprogram white blood cells for better cancer treatment. Researchers reveal how our brains know when something's different. Social media use increases belief in COVID-19 misinformation. Research reveals unexpected insights into early dinosaurs' brain, eating habits and agility. No association between COVID-19 and Guillain-Barré syndrome. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man dies after Lawndale shooting. Horoscope for Monday, December 14th, 2020. Bulls beat Rockets as veteran Otto Porter Jr. has a throwback performance. 17 shot, 2 fatally in Chicago so far this weekend. Cleveland baseball team is preparing to dump Indians nickname, report. Man found fatally shot in Washington Park home, police. Man charged with murder in March shooting of Amundsen High School student. Illinois Electoral College members, including Mayor Lori Lightfoot, vote Monday in Springfield for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Palace Intrigue Episode 144, The Bears blew out the Texans, so what? As COVID-19 vaccines arrive, so does reckoning with racism in healthcare. Herd immunity hinges on black trust. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Alice Cooper covered Detroit band outrageous cherries deceptively sunny. Our love will change the world. Detroit Foundation Hotel gets creative with indoor dining kinda. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, December 14th, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. NFL Week 14 debacle, Bears 36, Texans 7, 4 winners, 4 losers. Houston Christmas stage offerings in virtual format courtesy of 2020. The next headlines are about world records making news. Minecraft speedrunning team publishes official results of investigation into Dream's world records, the gamer. Kolesnikov, Serkova, Prigoda, and Rosenko among headliners at Russian SC Champs, Swim. World records ratified, today's 5,000-man Chipteja East 10,000 M-box score. Penfolds Grange set sells for world record $431,000 9 News. Liquid Gold, Australian fine wine set sells for world record $430,000 9 News. Liam Custer throws down 15-16 NAG record in 1650 at Florida Virtual Championships, Swimming World Magazine. 14-year-old Kansas girl shoots world record breaking buck, WBTW. World record, perovskite silicon tandem solar cells on the magic threshold of 30% efficiency, see Tech Daily. States new cases drop under 10K to 8,958, deaths increase by 81, WFLX. After 8 hours, Horvath ends record attempt due to hamstring issue, the News Journal. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. State-sponsored hackers are apparently up to their shenanigans again. Tesla reportedly axes Model S and X production for 18 days, says workers can volunteer to deliver vehicles. Finally, Joe Manganiello takes the internet's toughest and most fun Dungeons & Dragons questions. The Star Wars Kids YouTube channel tries to condense the plot of The Rise of Skywalker into 5 minutes. Sunday's best deals, 70-inch Hisense Android TV, Dyson Ball Upright Vacuum, Garmin GPS devices, Kiehl's Ultra Skincare Duo, Etude House Water Tint, and more. Get up to 43% off Garmin smartwatches, trackers, and more. Suck up the savings with a $200 Dyson Ball Vacuum Cleaner. Brighten up your pandemic life with one of Google Search's 50 new AR animals. Disney will stop photoshopping face masks onto maskless guests on rides. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Rivadavia in Argentina at 108.5 degrees Fahrenheit or 42.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Verkhoy and Skich in Russia at minus 63.4 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 53 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Stroll down memory lane with this 1996 instructional video on how to internet. We have a winner in the world's first quantum chess tournament. Phosphorus equivalent of graphene makes reconfigurable transistors. VR meetings are weird, but they beat our current reality. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Post-style writer rebukes weird, grumpy, elitist WSJ columnist telling Dr. Jill Biden to drop her PhD. Conservative says Pelosi should first tell Republicans to renounce Trump's election steal before swearing in. NBC News reporter explains what info Russia could have obtained from U.S. government hack. Here's why Donald Trump is failing at making his dictator dreams a reality. Raving pillow guy Mike Lindell reveals Trump's secret enemy. It was Fox News. Thought it was a hoax. Anger bubbles as Trump staff get COVID shots first, amid 300,000 American deaths. CNN reporter calls out Trump staff for scoring COVID vaccine while spreading the virus at holiday parties. Trump rants swing states found massive voter fraud, but he still cannot name who committed fraud. Trump golfing and ranting about election conspiracies while the U.S. government is attacked by Russia. U.S. government hacked by Russia, Trump mom. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. FDA chief denies Trump's accusations that the agency slowed vaccine approval. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, December 12th update. Watch the first COVID-19 vaccine shipments leave the warehouse. Here's what bees do to repel giant hornets, paint animal poo on their homes. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The Avalanches released their highly anticipated third album, New Hampshire Public Radio. Arecibo and the global divide around funding science infrastructure, The Wire Science. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, December 14th, 2020 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, December 14th, 2020. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.